We are currently on the island of Sumatra and we're here for a very exciting reason, to try and see orangutans in the wild. Oh my goodness, we've just found a big male in a tree. It is huge. Look at the size of it. Oh my god. That was insane. Hello and welcome back to another video. We are currently in the village of Bukit Lawang on the island of Sumatra and we're here for a very exciting reason. Over there is the jungle and tomorrow we're going to be trekking into the jungle to try and see orangutans in the wild. There are only two places in the world where you can see wild orangutans, Borneo and here in Sumatra. So we're doing a 2-day, 1-night jungle trek and we're going to be sleeping in the jungle tomorrow. We flew into Medan last night and then it's about a 4-hour journey by car to Bukit Lawang. We've checked into our accommodation behind me here, which is this very cozy little cottage, and tomorrow we're going to be up early to go trekking into the jungle. This is our last stop here in Indonesia before moving on to our next country, so I'm really excited. Hopefully we get to see some orangutans. This is our accommodation where we're going to be staying the night before and the night after the tour. It's pretty basic, but it's exactly what we need, and it is right next to the river here, so a pretty nice view. We've just started our jungle trek and we've already seen some long-tailed macaques, which are the same monkeys we saw in Bali, except these ones are way more docile. Because nobody feeds them, they have much more wild behaviour and there's plenty of food for them to eat here. So they just ignore people basically, which is much nicer to see. So now we're heading to our first stop, which is going to be a former feeding station here in the jungle. We've just spotted a mother orangutan and a baby up in the trees. They're so high above us, but they're unmistakable. They're so orange. That was amazing to see orangutans in the wild, so close and behaving completely naturally. That's one of the top wildlife sighting experiences in my life. So we've just come across a family group of, they're either white-faced gibbons or white-tailed gibbons, but apparently they're super rare to see here. They've got such long arms. And there's one over there that's hanging from the branches and it seems like it's playing. And a much bigger one over there which Looks like it might be the leader. Okay, apparently they're not white-faced or white-tailed. They are white-handed gibbons. That was so cool. So as well as that family of gibbons, we also saw some Thomas leaf monkeys, which are also called David Beckham monkeys or punk monkeys because of their Mohican hairstyles. A jungle sea.
Jungle sea.
Just stopped here for a little fruit break, and this is some of the best fruit that I've had. We've got passion fruit and lychees. What else have we got? Oh, watermelon and dragon fruit. It's all so good. Lunchtime. It's nasi goreng. We've had our lunch, and now we're heading up from the stream to a really nice viewpoint. This is the sweatiest I've ever been, I think. My clothes are drenched through and they've changed colour. It's not even that hot, it's just so humid. Also, it rained pretty heavily last night, so it's super slippery at the moment. Just look how muddy it is. It's okay on the way up, but coming down, it's pretty treacherous. We're just passing the viewpoint, and now it's about an hour down to camp. Hopefully the rain holds off until then. We've just arrived at camp, which is right next to this stream. Let's have a quick look around. Okay, so here is the toilet. Pretty basic. That's the toilet through there. Hi. And here is our bedroom. Not a bad view to wake up to. Good morning. It's day 2 in the jungle and we just woke up from a pretty terrible night's sleep. The shelter itself was totally fine, but there was a thunderstorm last night and the sound of the rain crashing against the tin roof, plus the thunder and lightning, just made it really hard to sleep. But we're not going to be walking all the way back to where we started today. We're only going to be walking for a couple of hours and then we're going to be swapping to a different mode of transport to take us the rest of the way back. We've been going about half an hour and retraced our route back to the lookout we stopped at yesterday. And as you can see, it's quite a bit cloudier than it was yesterday. So from this point, we're going to break off and start heading down towards the river, where we're going to be catching our unique form of transport. So that sound is a family of gibbons up in the tree, and it's one of the most beautiful nature sounds I've ever heard.
Don't too close, yeah?
Look at the size of it! Oh my god. Oh my goodness. We've just found a big male in a tree. It is huge. Oh, he's heavy. That was insane. I can't believe we managed to see a big male on top of everything else. Such an incredible trip. We've now just got to head down this steep slope and then we should be at the river. This bit is super steep, so thankfully some of the guides have rigged up this rope to make it easier to get down. It's super slippy after all that rain. Just saw another orangutan just hanging out next to the path. So cool, they're just everywhere in here. And we're definitely in the wild. These are fully wild orangutans, they're not semi-wild. There are some places where the orangutans will come because they've been fed there in the past, but not these ones. These ones are all fully wild, which is really cool to see. We've now made it to the bottom of that very slippy hill, and now we are on a bit of flat, and I can hear the river coming. I can't wait to get in that water. I am drenched. Here we go. We've reached the river, and this is how we're going to be making our way back. They call it river tubing, and it's going to cut a 4-hour trek down to about 20 to 30 minutes. It's cool. Off we go. We're now back at our accommodation and we've changed out of our soaking wet clothes. We've also left everything that we brought with us out to dry because it all got drenched. It was impossible for anything to dry in the jungle, so we've been wearing pretty damp clothes every day. So it's quite nice to be dry again. So that is the end of our jungle trekking tour here in Sumatra, and I can't recommend this company highly enough. They're called Bukit Lawang Tour Trekking, and everything from the food to the accommodation to our amazing guide Randy, who was super knowledgeable and really passionate about the jungle and about wildlife. It was all so good. Contrast that to our experience in Komodo, where it seemed like the welfare of the Komodo dragons came second to the tourists' experience. It was really refreshing to come here and have the animal welfare come first, so really happy about that. I'll leave a link in the description for how you can book with this company, and definitely ask for Randy, who was a brilliant tour guide, and he was just really fun to hang out with as well. So that is the end of our time here in Indonesia. We're going to be heading to Bali for a couple of days just as a short layover before heading to our next country, which is going to be very different. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.